Hi everyone, a very good morning. You've tuned into Market Fatafat on ET now with me, Mubina Kapasi. It's a day of red on the screen for the markets. 350-point drop for the Sensex and the Nifty, almost 100 points of loss seen on that benchmark. Market Fatafat is of course flagging off those individual movers and shakers. But before we do that, here is an update when it comes to the Karvy case. There is a possibility of a relief for all Karvy clients. The SAT has now taken up Karvy's appeal on the SEBI order. We have Rahul Kumar joining us now on the phone line. Rahul, take us through the details.
Well, Securities Appellate Tribunal has directed SEBI to act upon KSBL request of limited use of power of attorney by Monday. Now, SAT has said that you have to act upon KSBL request by Monday. And then there were two directions issued by SEBI in Karvy matter. The first one was he cannot onboard any new client. And the second one was restraining him from using power of attorney as far as his client securities is concerned. Now, KSBL is opposing against and it wants an interim relief on that because it is saying that it is affecting their day-to-day business and retail investors are unable to settle their trade because of that. Now, SEBI has been pretty clear that the power of attorney can only be used if you will take physical permission from their client. So, KSBL was saying that in the court that this is not possible because they have 25,000 trades going daily on and 20,000 trades are on. So, it is practically impossible for them to go to every investor and take their physical verification while using power of attorney. Now, SAT has directed SEBI to act upon its request, and it can happen that on Monday, SEBI can pass an order and it can waive off that clause. But it has also made it clear that this is not a small case and the entire misuse of power of attorney is much more than what was apprehended in the forensic audit. So it is bigger than that. So it can also happen that SEBI cannot act upon this, and it can pass an order not in the favor of KSBL. So we'll have to wait and watch till Monday that what order SEBI passes.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rahul, for that. So, yes, it's still early days, obviously. I mean, the order is yet to be passed. But yeah, it's possible that there will be a bit of a reprieve for Karvy's clients. Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET now. Let's now finally kickstart our countdown. First up, I would like to introduce our technical expert for the day. We are joined today by Nirav Cheda of Nirmal Bang Securities, and we also have with us from our research team, Pranay and Vivek. Morning, everyone, and let's kickstart the show with a stock that continues to gain in double digits, and that's Indiabulls Housing Finance. A great uptick seen in this one. Though, mind you, today we are slightly off the day's high. Yesterday, we saw a double-digit gain. Today, in the earlier part of the day as well, I think the last time I checked, it was gaining 12%. Now it's ebbed off a tad bit. But nevertheless, third straight day of a rally. Do remember that we did have the receding risk on the court case. Yesterday, we had some news with respect to how there were no wrongdoings as such that were found based on the PIL that was filed against the Indiabulls group. Now, CLSA has a buy here, target at 450 rupees, as they believe that the clarity can improve the company's access to the debt market, aid liquidity and growth. And the fact is that the current valuations after the massive crack we've seen in the Indiabulls group stock, particularly in housing finance, is very, very attractive. There is receding risk on court cases. The uptick in growth as well can drive re-rating. Okay, let's move on and talk about a Hero MotoCorp. Nirav, yesterday the auto stocks were big losers. Today as well, the declining trend continues. And of course, all of this ahead of the November sales data. What's your view on the technical setup ahead of this data?
Yeah. See, Hero Motor had fallen from about 3,000 odd levels. It is now around 2,400 odd. See, I believe the risk reward here is favorable for going long. It is at a good support area of 2,400 odd. I don't think it is going to break 2,400 very soon. So here one can buy the stock with a stop loss of about 2,400. It is at 2,440 odd at this point of time. I believe it can go up again towards the 2,550 odd levels. An inside candle has been made on the weekly, which is very positive for the next week.
That's a buy on a Hero MotoCorp, target 2550. Pranay, today we are also watching out for Yes Bank. What's in the agenda on the all-important board meet?
Well, the board meet is largely for the capital raising, and word on the street is that it should be able to secure funding in excess of $1 billion. What the street will be watching is the names of the investors who participate in this fundraising round, and given Ravneet Gill's access to all the marquee investors, not just from the banking circle but also from fintech, those names will be very important for the bank's liquidity, tier 1 ratios, and also the next leg of growth.
All right, that's then the view coming in on a Yes Bank. It was gaining earlier in trade, but now it's just about 2% down. And Vivek, we know what's been happening in telecom stocks, a great surge. The concomitant impact is seen in a Bharti Infratel as well.
Well, that's right. So, clear proxy play as far as the entire telecom package is concerned. There were worries about the viability of the third participant, that is Vodafone Idea, and which is why the stocks saw derating. But given the fact that most of these names are most likely going to take price hikes, the viability is now back in the system, and which is why Infratel has again re-rated from its previous low. The stock has done extremely well for itself, and last 3 to 4 trading sessions has done spectacularly. Definitely one to watch out for, and the quantum of the price hikes taken by telecom operators will definitely need to be tracked.
Well, yes, 8% higher today for a Bharti Infratel. Superb gain seen over here. Now, L&T Finance as well is a stock on our radar because this week it's raked in the gains. First, of course, we had that NBFC story, brokerage upgrades. Today as well, Goldman Sachs has initiated a buy on L&T Finance with the target at 140 rupees. They believe that there is emerging value for attractive profit pools, and the company is positioned to scale while providing comfort on profitability as well. Do remember that we had another foreign brokerage talk about how the management has always focused on growth opportunities, on how renewables financing is a new up-and-coming space in which L&T Finance is well positioned. So that as well is something that could be a growth trigger, a re-rating trigger of sorts. L&T Finance continues on its upward trajectory. Okay, very quickly moving on. Nirav, today while the auto stocks are in the red, we had Tata Motors that was relatively a little more resilient, but now this one too has flattened out and it's given up the gains. What's your view here?
Yeah, see, the reason being, Tata Motors from 110, 120 odd levels has moved up to about 180 odd. Now this consolidation is going on. So I believe, you should not be buying at least Tata Motors for this point of time because it hasn't really fallen. It hasn't really gone up in the last 3-4 weeks. I think this consolidation will go on for further, 2 to 3 weeks. Until and unless it breaks above the 175 odd levels, there should be no trade initiated for Tata Motors at this point of time. A good support area for this stock is around 150 odd, and if it comes there, that is when look to add or on a breakout of 175.
Okay, that's Tata Motors for you at 164 rupees. Now let's move on and talk about a sector that's really had all the attention this week, and that's the steel stocks. The US-China trade war bit finally playing out with some positive news flow. Pranay, what's the latest here?
Well, the reason why steel stocks are a little soft today is because of President Trump signing a bill into a law which basically favors the protesters in Hong Kong, and that hasn't gone down well with China. So they have said that they will take countermeasures to such an action from US, and that is at a time when they are trying hard for this trade deal. That's why the steel stocks are down, because of doubts over how delayed the deal could get. But for the local steel mills over here, they are poised to take a second price hike in December, which could be to the tune of about 500 to 1,000 rupees per ton. This will be both for flat and rolled steel products. It's the second straight price hike which will come in after the one that we had seen in November, and this will be a similar one. So that should be positive for the prices going forward.
All right, Steel Authority of India, Tata Steel are down, but JSW Steel is really managing to stay higher in trade. By the way, we had a brokerage note as well that spoke about these price hikes. Indian Bank, meantime, Vivek, today PSU banks are taking it a bit easy, but this one is standing out.
Well, absolutely right. Remember, this is the only bank amongst the PSU banking space that even earlier had said that they aren't really looking at raising further capital. They, in fact, told the RBI that they weren't looking at any capital infusion. This particular bank asset quality continues to remain quite good, and which is why if you're looking at the stock today surging in trade, and it's again one of those candidates that could re-rate on the back of multiple worries that are getting sorted one by one in the NCLT scenario.
Very quickly, Nirav, I want to take a quick word from you on an Equitas, because again, these SFB stocks continue to rise.
Yeah, see, from the metal pack, I believe a lot of stocks are actually attractive, with Tata Steel, JSW Steel being the two. The open interest for both these stocks is quite low, and I don't think a big fall is going to come in either of the two. Tata Steel is down today, yes, but I believe it can come towards the 420, 415 odd levels, and then move up from there. For JSW Steel, a huge breakout has come in, a trendline breakout at that, and I believe it is here to stay. It is above 258 levels as well. After a long time, the trend has become positive for JSW Steel. So definitely it is a buy for me, buy on dips 258 and 256. These are the two levels which are very important for JSW Steel on the downside, and it is saving both of them. So it is going to get support from here, and it is likely to move up towards the 280 to 290 odd level. So I believe one should be buying JSW Steel at these levels.
It's a buy on JSW Steel. But with that, we're out of time, so we'll have to wrap it up on Market Fatafat. Neerav, Vivek and Pranay, thank you for joining in. Stay tuned. Markets at Noon comes up next.